Hi.
I'm calling back from Hamilton Police. How are you?
Not bad.
I spoke to the Chief's executive officer.
Yeah.
And she advised she had spoken to the Chief.
Yeah.
And the Chief advised if you had any concerns for you to contact Acting Staff Sergeant Mike Weber of our Professional Standards Branch.
Yeah, but I've dealt with the Professional Standards Branch.
Well, he's reviewed the file, and that's what his instructions are.
So the Chief of Police has looked at all of my complaints and stuff.
He's been advised through the Chief's executive officer of your complaints.
Yeah. Who is
Did you
that?
want to speak to the Chief's executive officer?
Oh, who is that?
Inspector Clark.
Sure, I'll speak to him.
Okay, 1 second, please. Hi, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, who's this?
Hi, Mr. Burgess. This is Debbie Clark, the Chief's executive officer.
Okay, I don't need to speak to you. I need to speak to the Chief of Police.
Well, you know what, Mr. Burgess? I brought all your files up to him this morning. He's reviewed all your files.
Yeah.
He sees no wrongdoing. He's checked that OCOPS has cleared all those files, and he doesn't feel there's a need for you to speak to him.
How can you say that? There's clear evidence that the officers were lying.
Well, if there was clear evidence, then why didn't OCOPS pick up that? Because
Because OCOPS under
you've appealed every one of your files.
Yes.
Right? And OCOPS is the final decision.
No, not on a criminal complaint, they're not.
What criminal complaint are you talking about now?
Officers obstructing justice.
Is this a new complaint, Mr. Burgess?
No. Those old complaints.
No.
Those officers are obstructing justice.
Well, that's your opinion, but obviously no one else's opinion.
No. It's not. And give me explanations to those decisions, and I can't get those. I've asked for them.
Yeah. Well, you've asked for them. You've got investigations.
Yeah.
They've went to OCOPS. They've uphold the decisions. So that's where it ends.
No. These are criminal complaints. The Ontario Surveillance Commission doesn't deal with criminal complaints.
But if you have criminal complaints
Against an officer.
and they were investigated.
Yes. Well, not to my satisfaction, no.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's to your satisfaction. Because they're investigated, it's gone to OCOPS, they doesn't feel there's any wrongdoing on the part of the officers,
But
that's where it ends.
OCOPS doesn't deal with criminal complaints.
No, but they deal with public complaints, and that's what you're complaining about. You're complaining about the conduct of police officers.
Yes, officers obstructing justice.
Right.
Right. And that's what they're doing.
Well, that's in your opinion. No one else has that opinion, unfortunately, Mr. Burgess.
Hey, can I get an explanation to those decisions?
You were given written explanations on every single one of them.
No, I was not. I was never given any explanation.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you were.
No, I wasn't. I'm telling you right now, I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I want explanations.
Well, you're not going to get them, so...
So the Chief of Police has looked at these things himself.
That's correct.
And he agrees with what was done.
That's correct. I pulled all the files and I gave them to him all this morning. He looked at them.
Okay, and my complaint against Officer Johnson.
Right.
Right. I was arrested for being delusional.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not against law to be delusional.
You were arrested because members of your family complained,
Yes.
and they had concerns for your safety.
Yes.
You were taken to a hospital.
Yes, and the officer walked in.
And that officer did everything in good faith.
His parents said he's delusional. It is not against the law to be delusional.
No, but it is against it's not even against the law. It's under the Mental Health Act.
Yes, it's not, and it says you have to be a danger to yourself or to someone.
Well, obviously, your parents felt that way.
No. The officer said, parents said he's delusional. It didn't say he was a danger.
It doesn't, sir. You're mixing words here.
No.
Okay?
No.
If you're delusional, you could be a danger to yourself, right?
Yeah. But you can be delusional yet not be a danger. And the officer
Right.
didn't say he's delusional and a danger to himself.
Well,
he just said
you know what? You're mixing with words here.
No, I'm not mixing. That's what the officer said.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if you're delusional, the officer could have felt you could have been a danger to yourself or others.
Okay, what was the evidence of that?
The evidence he got from your parents.
What evidence?
I don't know what evidence.
Well,
the evidence
how do you know? How do you know if the officer did nothing wrong if you don't know what the evidence is?
I didn't do the investigation.
Yeah, well, yeah, you did. You dealt with my complaint.
Not that complaint.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Your name's on the letter, is it?
Yeah, it's on the letter,
Yes.
the final decision.
You investigated my complaint against Officer Johnson.
I didn't investigate a complaint against Officer Johnson. I'm the person that did the decision letter after reviewing the investigation.
Yes. And,
Right.
Right.
Listen, you were brought to the hospital because you needed help. That's the bottom line.
I didn't need help.
Well, in your opinion, but your parents thought you did.
No.
Mr. Burgess?
I was never questioned by the officer as to whether I was delusional or not, so...
Well, it doesn't matter if you're questioned or not. No, it doesn't.
It does matter.
They can gather evidence from several sources, not just yourself.
And they should have asked me, do you have any delusional...
How many delusional people or people under mental health or stress issues are going to say, yeah, I'm delusional, take me to the hospital?
I don't know.
Think about it. Nobody.
I don't know.
Well, and you know what? They don't have to ask you. If they got enough evidence from people around you, they can act on that evidence. And that's what they're doing. And they were doing it in good faith, and they had your concerns in mind.
No, they did not. The officer did not. He had his concerns about not having to come back to that night. Because I was assaulted, and there was no investigation into that.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, like I said, all your things have been investigated. You've gone through the proper channels. There's nothing else we can do in regards to that. Unless you have some new complaints, you can put them in writing. We'd be more than happy to look at them.
But these are criminal complaints, though.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They're officer conduct.
No.
You're calling it obstruct justice.
Yeah,
It's not obstruct justice. You don't even know what obstruct justice is.
Yeah, I do. It says in the criminal code, anyone who willfully attempts to obstruct, pervert, or defeat the course of justice.
He wasn't doing that. He was
I'm
in
not
good
talking about
faith.
that one. I'm talking about my other complaint.
What other complaint's that?
There's like 10 complaints.
I know there is.
And
I've
I've asked
seen every one of them.
Yes.
And we've given you decision letters. Some letters are 7 or 8 pages long explaining that to you.
No,
I can't help it if you don't understand it.
I do understand it.
Well, then what are you calling me for?
I'm calling the chief of police to tell him what's going on.
Yeah, but the chief doesn't want to talk to you. He's reviewed your cases, and it's done. If you have new complaints, we'd be more than happy to look at other ways. Get a lawyer, do whatever you want, but we're not going to go any further with these.
Okay, I'll tell you what. My first complaint, 1999, you sent me an explanation as to it says in there that the justice of the peace was wrong, but it's okay because the assault charge would be hard to prove. Now, if she's wrong...
Well, then go speak to the justice of the peace. What are you calling me for?
No, because if she's wrong and what she's saying isn't true and she's lying, then that's obstruction. If she's lying...
You think the justice of the peace is going to waste his time or her time lying about something you did?
Yes, because they're under pressure to save money.
No, I don't think so. Yes. Okay, listen, I'm busy, and unless you have new complaints, this is over. And if you have any new complaints, put them in writing. We'd be more than happy to deal with them.
All right, well, there'll be one more complaint.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right.